Getting set to go back to green. 119 laps down. It'll be 120 this time and 80 to go as Jeff Gordon hauls them off turn number 4, and Bobby Labonte does not get a good jump. Nemechek may get him at turn 1.
I think we're going to see a big scramble. They're concerned about the track over there. Like I say, it's kind of like a weather condition. They want to get as many positions as they can as quick as possible.
Labonte gets that second spot back, goes for a little bit of a slide there at turn 4, and hangs on to second.
Well, if we thought that inside line was preferred line before, we're going to really see it now. There's Nemechek. He's coming right on the inside. He's trying to hold Grissom off down the back straightaway.
And Ricky Craven going after Jimmy Spencer and going to get him. Craven picks up a spot.
Boy, Spencer just could have lost 4 positions, and he just turned left and took that position back.
Here's your Napa Field standing update, brought to you by Napa, because there are no unimportant parts. Show you where your favorite driver's running as of just 7 laps ago. .77 laps to run here. All these cars that you're seeing on the lead lap. There's Butch Miller 1 lap down. Along with Tommy Houston, Jeff Green, Jerry Glanville, and Troy Beebe 2 laps down, and then Jeff Burton, who spent some time behind the wall. Kenny Wallace 60 laps behind the wall with ignition trouble. Now he's back out there. You're riding along watching our Armor All in-car camera. In Chuck Bound's car.
Mike, take a look at this. They've changed their entire line. Okay, right here, instead of swinging off the corner to the outside up by the wall, right there, you see that little ripple in the track? They're having to run off the corner and just run down the apron on the back straightaway. So the lap times have went crazy. They're running slower, but they can't go around the outside of that area of the track. So right now it's just strictly single file up the back straightaway. There's some cars sideways up there.
And trying to get it back. That's Craven that Chuck Bound goes past. There's Bobby Labonte. He's running in the 2nd spot. Let's go to his pit.
Well, Mike, I'm with Bob Labonte, the car owner and crew chief, and Bobby's father. Bob, it looks like now that Bobby is able to hang with Jeff a little better than he was earlier. Did the racetrack come to you, or he just decided to push the pedal a little harder?
No, well, it's Slim Jim Chevrolet. He just been kind of riding all day, but, you know, it was only about 80 laps left, so we brought him, turned the heat up on Jeff a little bit.
You got any left for him?
I don't know.
Well, at least he gave me an honest answer. And by the way, Bob said before I came to, he said, Glenn, your job's going to be a lot easier today. Things are going good. I'm not mad yet.
It's still early. Up in 4, Bobby Dotter is going out of the park on all 4 wheels. He just drove it right out there in turn number 4. Caution flies. There he is up in the exit gate. Caution at lap 129.
We've seen 4 other guys do it. He's the only one that didn't make it back. The rest of them have made it around that part of the track.
Brad, you ever get a floor like that where there's like a loose board or a ball take a funny bounce, that sort of thing? You got to kind of drive around it.
Sometimes we get a little condensation on the floor because we play on a lot of floors where there's ice hockey also, and they'll put the wood over top, and it gets slick, and you have to avoid spots, and it's no fun. It takes a lot out of your game.
It's about like what these drivers are going through today with turn 3 and that spot in the back straightaway.
No doubt about it.
We're talking about Mike Greenwell, the Red Sox outfielder, and his foray into behind the wheel down at Seekonk Speedway in Massachusetts. And so I got to ask, if can you squeeze through the window one of these things and give it a run?
Well, I could always get through the window, but Robert and those guys wouldn't let me drive the car. They were afraid I'd tear up all the equipment before we got to the racetrack. So we would stick to go-karts and those things. I tell you what, I'd park those guys every time.
That's the way you're supposed to do.
Yeah, pick and roll means a whole different thing here in this sport.
Exactly right. It's get out front and make that car as wide as you can make it.
I'm not sure that the template will fit the car after he gets in it and have a little bubble in the roof. Keep his head in there. A little bit tall for that thing.
That could be. Any of your fellow players are race fans?
Oh, yeah, all of the guys on my team are race fans.
They are now, right?
Yeah, they don't have any choice.
Yeah.
But, a lot of those guys keep up with racing. It's just, you know, the sport's growing by leaps and bounds, and, you know, guys are real interested in the sport. It's a great sport.
It's a lot of fun, and you're right. The sport is growing just greatly.
Oh, yeah.
As did basketball over the past 5 or 6 years. You know, the way with the games being nationally televised so much more now, and perhaps the loosening up of the games to allow fellows like a Michael Jordan to showcase the kind of moves he has.
No doubt about it.
It's made for great entertainment, and this sport has seen similar games.
Yeah, they're doing great. The TV coverage is awesome in this sport.
Well, you're talking about TV coverage. We went right by that hole they were talking about on the back straightaway.
That one.
And they're They're really limited. And I mean, it's nothing, you know, when you do these things, sometimes you say, well, the track's not done this. I don't see how they can keep pavement down in these kind of temperatures. Mike, the promoter, said that as soon as this race is over, he's going to concrete on the racetrack. He's concrete the corners. And I think with when we go these radial tires, you get to a little track, it's real sticky, real tacky, like you want it to be to get a hold of the racetrack. And you hook these motors up, you're trying to just virtually rip the pavement off the ground. And some of these tracks are going to be looking something other than pavement. They just can't keep it down there with the traction these cars are getting now.
Well, Clay Earls at Martinsville, who's always been one of the sport's great innovators, a good number of years ago put concrete down in the bottom lane because the modifieds were just literally peeling the asphalt up, and now Bristol, Tennessee is going to concrete. And let's have a look at the top 10 here. We are going to get a red flag as they clean up out there once again in turn 3 and in the back straightaway. There is the red, 134 laps down, 66 to go here on a very hot Saturday afternoon. And the fireworks have been tearing up the pavement here. Top 10, Jeff Gordon, the race leader. Bobby Labonte in second, Steve Grissom in third, Ricky Craven, Joe Nemechek. That's the front 5 at 134 laps. Jimmy Spencer, Chuck Bound, Todd Bodine, Robert Presley, and that young Bonnet fella there in the top 10. Give him a call, Neil. Let's give him a call and see what they're up to down there.
Can you hear me, David?
Yeah, I hear you, Daddy.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I hear you.
Are you hot?
About to burn up.
That's all right. You just got to, let me see here, 70 more laps to go and everything will be just fine. You're doing good. Just keep your nose clean there. They're going to work on the track a little bit. I tell you, that's hard to give advice because I'm a lousy spectator when it comes to driving one of those things. I have to be careful. My wife said, now don't dare talk to David on the radio because sometimes at Birmingham I coach him a little aggressively. So I'm having to really be careful what I tell him today.
Yeah. There's David. That's Sports Image Machine. That is a Dale Earnhardt car if you joined us late. Kenny Wallace also made his Busch debut in a Dale Earnhardt race car. Gonna have a look here out at this is the middle of the back straightaway. Now, I'm a little surprised at the track tearing up here. You would expect as they come off the corner, generate those huge side loads with those tires, you might have a problem. But one thing you see here, the depth of the asphalt is not that great when they did pave this racetrack.
Mike, but another thing too, the back straightaway is a D-shaped oval. And that's just the part right there where you're going down the straightaway, you come off of 2 and it slings you out to the wall. That right there is where you make the apex back in the corner. And right where it's tearing up is where they crank the wheels back down to enter, getting ready to set up. So you really load the car with side load right there. These radials hook up so good that they just don't slip any time. And that would be a problem area right there in the middle. That's really the roll out of the throttle and set it up area. And that back down really hurts the track too.
Yeah, folks, if you're familiar with Michigan International Speedway, the backstretch here at Volusia looks like the front stretch at Michigan. It's curved all the way around. So the field is parked. There's the concrete they put down last night and put a lot of calcium in it, and it cured in just 12 hours. They were racing on it first thing here this morning, which surprised a lot of people that didn't think it could be done, but they did a great job with it here.
And a lot of work was involved with the thing. This pavement right here, they came in and they put a lot of calcium. Everybody said, you can't pave it one day, put concrete down and race on it the next day. But they put a lot of calcium in it. They did a lot of work on it, and it's hard. I'm telling you, that is not going to be the problem on the racetrack. The other part might go away.
Let me tell you about this patch job. There's a fella up here in the stands yesterday watching the race, bought a ticket. His name is Steve Poplin. He works for the Flagler County Road Department, and he saw him down there starting to do this work, and he said, you know, I know something about this stuff. I'm going to go down there and see if I can help.
Wow.
Yes, because I know they'll be back tomorrow. Just, the heat conditions are so bad this time of year, and this type of a grade isn't the best for blacktopping. And as we see, the cars would be a lot of problems tomorrow in racing if they didn't do something about it today. So if I wanted to see any racing, I definitely want to get out here today. I got a little bit of experience in this, so I just kind of jump in here with the guys and get the job done. This will be cured real good by morning and do some good hot lap sessions tomorrow and qualifying, some good racing tomorrow.
Steve Poplin. Now, they said, well, you know, are they going to give you a ticket for this? And he said, I don't know. He says, I'm waiting for the sheriff to come down and kind of run me off. But actually, Neil, he took over the whole paving operation.
Yeah, he kind of oversaw the thing. You know, he did that kind of work all the time. And he said, let me get in and help you. And they squared it up, did a good job with it. And I saw the track promoter this morning, and I said, what'd you do about the guy that worked with you yesterday? And he said they gave him a season pass, year-long pass. He stayed out here to 4 o'clock this morning to help him get the track ready.
And bought him a ticket for the Pepsi 400 as well.
4 tickets to the Pepsi 400. He's a race fan. He got to see his money's worth today.
There's Chuck Bound. Now, he looks a little warm as he walks over pit side, climbing out of that Nescafe Pontiac. We're under the red flag here at Volusia County Speedway. We'll be right back.